For my Padlet lesson, I chose to do a math lesson on fractions. The goal for the lesson was that students will be able to identify and write fractions based on things they observe in everyday life. The objective is explain why a fraction is equivalent to another fraction by using visual fraction models with attention to how the number and size of the parts differ even though the two fractions themselves are the same size. Use this principle to recognize and generate equivalent fractions. So for the first technology tool, I said that students can take videos of each other with the objects explaining the fractions and share it with the class at the end of the lesson. I also found this cool website called toytheater.com. It's a tool where students can use fraction strips to help them visualize what different fractions look like. This would help students to model different fractions, solve different fraction problems, and explore different equivalent fractions. For the obstacles, it is possible that not all students will understand the lesson the first time. If this is the case, I would try to reteach the students who did not get a full understanding of the lesson in a small group with a similar assignment. And then how I will differentiate the needs of all learners. I would group the students either based on their level of subject mastery or have students with different levels of subject understanding in groups so they can help teach each other. So for the technology piece, I wanted to show the toytheater.com website, which is a pretty cool website that would help the students to be able to see how different fractions are equivalent. So I would first start by showing them that one whole would be taking up the whole rectangle, and then I might do 1/2 and then 1/2 so they could see that 1/2 plus 1/2 equals one whole. And then I would also go even further than that and show them that 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 1/2, which means that 4/4 equals the one whole. This would help them visualize it because they can kind of play around with it. And I feel like this is good for certain districts that might not have as much money either, because I know that not all districts have manipulatives like at their hands. So I feel like this would be super easy and simple for them to be able to play with. Yeah. So that is the technology piece that I wanted to show.